Selamun Aleyküm. Good afternoon. Can we share the first diagram that we loaded? No, not that one, the previous one. Yeah. Okay. This diagram is showing where the entrepreneur is and where the angel investor is and the banks are. Entrepreneur is creating the business idea with his right brain, the center of the imagination, you know, and finding his co-founders or trying to make the business by himself, then trying to find the fund, seed fund, the first money. And most of the entrepreneurs in the world are going to family members for seed funding, as a matter of fact. But after the world's economic developments, crisis, families are not enjoying funding their sons and daughters' business ideas as much as the 50 years ago, for example, or 25 years ago. And if the entrepreneur cannot find money from the family members, then the second address, as a matter of fact, should be the banks, but banks are not anymore interested in funding the entrepreneur's business ideas. So, entrepreneurs are having just one address, business angels, angel investors, and angel investors are the bodies where the banks and families are not. Especially for seed funding, which covers the finance needs up to $50,000 of entrepreneurs. And angel investors are investing up to $50,000 with the purpose of taking that business to Silicon Valley and sell it to a venture capital firm with an expectation of a rate of return, of course. So, as a matter of fact, angel investors are not just putting their money to the business, but also putting their know-how and opening their network to the entrepreneur, which, as a matter of fact, even the family members would put their money, but couldn't do it. And the banks, for example, even banks could finance the entrepreneur, they wouldn't be in a position to open the network or put the know-how. So, angel investors are feeling a very important gap in the entrepreneurship ecosystem by putting finance, network, and know-how for the use of the entrepreneur. And from Islamic ecosystem perspective, there is no interest in the system. So, angel investor is putting money and becoming the stakeholder, shareholder of the company, and is not making an agreement that at the end of the year, entrepreneur is going to pay a 10% or 5% interest to the investor. So, angelship of angel investor system is coming from this essential. Investor is looking for a certain income at the end of the year, but angel investor is not looking, it doesn't have such kind of an expectation, but to grow the business in cooperation with the entrepreneur and become the part of the business as much as the entrepreneur. Şimdi şeye gidebilir miyiz, diğer slaytlara? So this is the entrepreneurial ecosystem. yes, governments are in the system, educational bodies, entrepreneurs, sport organizations, financial bodies, and service providers. The most important part of this system is, as a matter of fact, the business angels, because we are talking about the entrepreneurs, not the businesses that wants to grow or the businessman. Entrepreneur, especially the startup entrepreneurs, need finance to cooperate with the government, development agencies, other entrepreneurs, educational bodies, or service providers. Since the families, friends, banks, and venture capitalists are not interested in funding the startup businesses, then just the business angels are becoming the main important player of this game. Word business angels definition is, for angel investors, is an individual investing his or her own money into an entrepreneur's company in a minority position of equity without expectation interest, dividends, or tax breaks, who provides time as well as money for long-term capital gain. In United States, there are 270,000 angel investors who invested $20 billion last year. In European Union, there are 75,000 angel investors who invested €5 billion last year. So we don't have statistics about the Middle East, Gulf area, or the Islamic entrepreneurship ecosystem, but we have to, I think, be aware of the fact that even this system is used widely in United States and in Europe. As a matter of fact, system is perfectly matching with the needs of the Islamic entrepreneurship ecosystem. Yesterday, one of the speakers announced that the participation banks are suffering from the fact that they are not able to develop new products. As a matter of fact, I think angel investment system is a good way to concentrate on for the participation banks to develop new products. We have such kind of an experience in Turkey. Angel investors are not investing generally in the world alone. They are coming together, setting up a business angel network, BAN, and they are investing in entrepreneurs together. The reason is, instead of giving $200,000 to one entrepreneur, 10 angel investors come together and each of them gives $20,000, and 10 entrepreneurs are funded, and the risk of going down is eliminated, at least by investing to the 10 companies instead of one company. So, Aktif Bank, for example, became one of the founders of Links Angel Ban in Turkey. We brought 30 angel investors together, and one of the banks in Turkey is Aktif Bank, and they said, we want to be in this system, but by providing funds to the angel investors, instead of putting money directly to the entrepreneur. So what we did, we made an agreement with Aktif Bank, and every month, the first Saturday, from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock, we are listening to the pitchings of the entrepreneurs and trying to catch the best business ideas, discussing together, making due diligence, and then coming to the term sheet stage. So Silicon Valley Bank in San Francisco is also another example where as a bank, the bank is playing in this game as an active player. And the third bank in the world is the Austrian bank in Vienna. They are also cooperating with angel investors to invest in the business ideas of the startups. We shouldn't forget that just 1.2% of entrepreneurs gets the business angel investment. 100 entrepreneurs bring their own business ideas, business plans, business models. Just 1.2% of them are able to catch the business angel money. So I think this is related with your question. Of course, the bank is asking, how are we going to understand that the entrepreneur is within this 1.2% range? The challenge here is entrepreneurs are able to understand if the entrepreneur is the correct entrepreneur or not, or the business. But of course, if the bank directors would be entrepreneurs, then they wouldn't be working at the bank. So it is not so easy, of course, for the bank directors to understand if the entrepreneur is the correct entrepreneur or not. So the solution is very clear. Cooperating with the qualified entrepreneurs, qualified business angels, will ease the way of banks to reach to the correct entrepreneur. Business angels are investing up to $500,000 entrepreneur projects. Angel investors generally make that investment together with the business angels and sometimes with the venture capital firms. Because venture capital firms are also sometimes cooperating with business angel networks for the startups. Venture capital firms, venture capitalists, are interested with the minimum $3 million and mostly maybe $20 million investment projects. So what we have to be very careful about that, there is an acute gap between $500,000 and $3 million. When the entrepreneurs comes to business angels with a project that needs a fund of $1 million, for example, then angel investor is saying, go to venture capitalists. Then he is going to venture capitalists, then he says, sorry, the minimum amount that we are interested in is $3 million, go to angel investors. This is acute gap. So the most difficult area that an entrepreneur can find money is the range between $500,000 to $3 million. European Union has now set up a committee to work how to fill this gap. How the banks, venture capitalists, and business angels come together and fill this gap, because finding $20 million is becoming easier than finding $1 million in this system. Following the recent financial crisis and continued difficult economic environment, business angels have been playing an important role in filling financing gaps left by banks and venture capital firms. This is written in the report of OECD. Venture capitalists and also the banks are using other people's money. They are becoming the board member if they invest, and generally people working at the banks, of course, and also at the venture capital firms, funds, are bank-oriented people, not entrepreneurial people. And on the other hand, business angels are using their own money, hands are on business, they are opening his own network and know-how, and they are former or still entrepreneurs. The only detail of the investments that business angels make are the investment they will make should be 2 hours drive away, because they want to be at the premise of the entrepreneur maximum in 2 hours. This is a driving hour in Europe, but a 2 hours flight time in United States. Impact investing yesterday, however, Mr. Minister of Finance talked about this. I don't want to go into the detail, but if you invest in something and if that investment is also producing some social values like the educational industry or the health technologies, then this is taken under the umbrella of the impact investment. And there are some banks, business angel networks, who are just investing in the entrepreneurial ideas if they produce an impact investment result.
Baybars Bey,
40%.
son tabloyu alabilirsek memnun olurum. Teşekkürler.
Okay. Just to give an idea about what's happening in the world. However, my presentation will be available at sesrik.org or somewhere else, and you can get it from Nadir Bey. And what is happening in the world is here. And just the last words. Some governments are giving very importance to angel investment systems. One of the governments in the world that gives to angel investment system is Turkey. 75% tax incentive is available for the angel investors. And the name of the regulation of the system is Bireysel Katılım Kanunu, the individual participation law. So I'd like to relate the participation bank and this law at least by words. And any angel investor who are accredited by the government invests in entrepreneur and is able to deduct 75% of the amount he invested from his personal income the next year. And 30% is UK, 25% is France. And I have to give, I want to give an Amazon.com's book to you as an advice. OECD's Angel Investment Report is available at Amazon.com. And I think it is also free at OECD's website, which you can go into the details of this system. Thank you.